So someone asked me yesterday, does Edward Caballero work exclusively with buyers? And the answer is no, I don't. And, let me explain, because I'm pretty sure that's not what you wanted to hear. It's probably not popular opinion. And, maybe some of you guys even base your business model on this. But let me explain. It all comes down to one reason. And that is the fact that, let's just say you connect with an investor and they tell you, hey, Edward, I'm looking between 4 to 5 million for multifamily on the west side. Or I'm looking up to 15 million for a hotel in Santa Barbara County. Or I'm looking for minimum 2 acres, R4 zoning, anywhere on the West Coast. We have $30 million to spend. When an investor tells you that they're looking to buy, whether they admit it or not, what they're also saying is that they're looking to buy a good deal. And everyone is a buyer for a good deal. Finding buyers for good deals is easy, but finding good deals for buyers is not. And because everyone is a buyer for a good deal, that's one of the reasons that I usually don't work exclusively with buyers. So if you connect with an investor and he says, yeah, I'm willing to buy, but he's not willing to meet and he can't articulate exactly what it is that he's looking for, you're gonna end up spinning your wheels, showing him hundreds of deals on LoopNet and probably getting the exact same answer to all of them, which is none of them make sense. So because of that, I do not work exclusively with buyers. Now that I've gotten that out of the way, I will share with you 3 scenarios where I've made an exception and have successfully represented a buyer in a transaction. Now, scenario 1 is usually when a client has an immediate requirement and I have a strong relationship with them. So what does that mean? I'll give you an example. So by an immediate requirement, what I mean is that they have an immediate deadline, which means that they have to spend a certain amount of money by a certain time, usually for tax reasons like a 1031 exchange. So to kind of give you an example of a scenario where that happened, I had a client where I sold his fourplex by USC, and he wanted to do a 1031 exchange. Now, at this point, I already built a 2-year relationship with them. So, we sold this fourplex, we helped them buy something else, and it worked out. So that's scenario 1 where I make an exception. Scenario 2 is when an investor is usually newer to the world of real estate investing, and they are serious about buying. And they show that they're serious in the form of cooperation. So what does cooperation mean? It means that we're writing offers and they're giving me immediate feedback on the deals that I send them. And at the same time, whenever I ask them for something like a tax return, they actually provide it. This is how it is that they show me that they're serious. See, what I found out is that when someone is serious, they cooperate. When someone is not serious, they don't cooperate. So to give you an example of somewhere of a time that this happened, I was working with a couple that was based out of San Francisco. Now, they were looking to purchase a fourplex, new construction, turnkey in a good part of LA. And they were full-time professionals, so they didn't want any of the management headache, So we found the perfect deal for them. It was a new construction, 2018 fourplex near Paramount Studios over there by Western and Melrose, and they were super happy. So that's scenario 2 where I made an exception. And by the way, the reason that I say they are newer to the world of real estate investing is because usually if they are experienced investors, they can either A, source their own deals, or B, go directly to the listing agents. Anyways, last scenario is number 3, which is really simple, which means that I know exactly what they're looking for and I know exactly how to find it. But those situations tend to be more of an ongoing partnership where, we just keep in touch. And then when I find what is that they're looking for, just by, keeping my eyes peeled in the marketplace, we connect and make something happen. So anyways, that's my advice. That's my humble advice. Take it as you will. Would love to hear your thoughts.